What's one thing about you that you think people probably got confused about you?
I think a lot of times, people think I'm how do you say, like I'm cocky.
You are cocky.
Yeah, but I'm not. That's the thing.
We have Muhammad on the hot
Hot
seat.
seat. It's your
I'm
turn.
scared, bro.
It's your turn. Light shining on you.
I like the light.
Muhammad, how do you feel?
Make sure,
I'm a little nervous,
make
but
sure you use your,
but-
how do you call it? The one that gets to skip the question.
oh, okay.
Make sure you use it wisely.
Fun fact.
Fun fact,
Yes.
okay.
Use it
I
wisely.
love being on this side.
You love being on this side. Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's
You wanna
go.
first
Let's go.
then?
No, you go first.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
It's over for you, Muhammad. Okay. First one's really easy. All right. What keeps you up at night, or like what motivates you?
Honestly, a lot of stuff, man. Like, just I feel like thinking about the fact that I want to be successful and I want to be able to like provide for my family, and I want to be able to just like I want to be that type of dad or that type of husband where I'm there. Like I'm not allowing any kind of financial to like affect my relationship with my kids or my my wife and all that stuff. And I like traveling, so I think just having that mentality alone just keeps me up and make me motivated.
So pretty much being in control of your
Yeah.
situation.
Pretty much, yeah. I like that.
Muhammad, you give me a very, and this is like out of our friendship alone, right? You give me a very...
But you don't have no notes or nothing. You can ready like
She remember all this stuff.
that.
Wait, remember these questions there?
She's making us look
She
so
has
bad,
been,
man.
mentally writing these notes down, bruh.
Okay. Let's see how much you can remember all 10 questions.
You give me a very dominant vibe, like just you as a man in general and as my friend, like. Do you think that you are old school when it comes to a man and a woman in a marriage, or like a man's place in the house, or do you, because like you mentioned before, you want to be like in control when it comes to certain things? Do you think, this is a yes or no question, answer, right? Do you think that you are old school when it comes to love or a man in the house? Like,
Spicy.
Can I have
Is that one
can I have
recorded?
like in the middle answer? That's not yet. It's recorded.
Okay.
Should I have like like maybe?
no, do you see yourself as a
I think-
traditional African
Yeah.
dominant man?
Yes.
No matter that you're in America.
Yeah, I think I am. But just to elaborate a little bit, I am because I know my place in it. But at the same time, like I'm not the type where I'm controlling. Like I don't really. You can have fun. You can have your job. Like you can whatever you want to do. That's fine. But it's just when it comes to the home stuff. Like I do my part as a man. What I was taught. Based on the religion, culture. I was raised. So I do my part when it comes to that as a man.
Okay.
Dope. That's a good observation by you, by the way. Should be watching it closely. Be careful.
I'm so ready for my next question.
Bruh, yeah.
Thank God I went first.
Okay.
I went easy on you, by the way. So
know.
remember that.
Okay, my second question is what's one thing about you that you think people probably got confused about you?
I think a lot of times people think I'm how do you say, like I'm cocky.
You are cocky.
Yeah, but I'm not. That's the thing. People usually that haven't like met me, like we talk, they would just think I'm proud. But usually, I just like to mind my business. If I'm out, I like to mind my business. Unless if I know you. If I know you,
Right.
yeah, I'll go up to you, we bond, talk. But other than that, if I don't know you, I just like to stay in my lane. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you have this.
Yeah.
Like I said, you have this like masculine energy, like.
Yeah,
about you.
I like-
It's a good thing though, but
I like to stay away from drama. So usually, the less people that you associate with yourself, the less drama. So, and I don't like drama at all. I like to stay in my lane.
would you marry a modern day American woman. When I say modern day, I'm talking about these ones.
Is that your third question?
No, this is my second question. What do you mean third?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
it.
went first. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Would you marry a modern day American woman like the ones that shake their ass
No.
in the club?
Definitely no. Definitely no. No.
Why?
For me, they're not my type. Like, what I see.
Would you marry an American woman?
No. Like, I'm sorry, but no, because so it's based off like my belief, based off religion, based off other stuff, culture, and I don't think like it's difficult for me to find someone like an American that would, that possess those skills. But I was like, I was raised with respect. I was raised with religion, culture. So there's a lot of factors that comes in play. So it's really difficult for me to kind of just go way out of my culture, religion, and be like, okay, well, that's why I'm gonna marry someone that doesn't have all these qualities. It's really difficult.
It really is hard. Even dating.
Yeah. So
Even in the dating scene, dating someone that isn't from Africa or isn't from our religion, or it's really, really hard. And cultural clashing is a real thing. Cultural clashing is a real thing. Even in friendships, cultural clashing is a real thing. It's hard for me to keep a friendship going with an American person.
it is.
And it sounds like we are proud or we cocky, or but it is hard. I don't know about you guys' experience.
It is.
But it's
Even
really hard.
like for me, either the religion have to be the same or the culture have to be the same.
Okay.
But if both are missing, it's just difficult. And I'm not, just to kind of reiterate on that. Usually, that's why you see a lot of people would ask, "Oh, why does Indian like to marry Indians?" That's because of that. It's not like they're not racist. It's just based off how they, how they grew
Convenient.
up. Yeah, it's much more convenient for them.
Okay.
And to me, like, I don't know about, but I like to think far. So I like to just imagine. Okay, well, yes, I know now this is school. That's life. I'm living in school, but fast forward. Would I still see it as something at school? Like, is it gonna be acceptable for me? So usually, if I don't see it, then I don't like to wait and play along the game and then get to that place where I know, like, because I've envisioned, like, okay, this problem might not work. So why would I go through the stress and then get to that point and then now I'm dealing with the stress? So it's like it does not work for me.
Yeah.
Okay, can I add on to that additional question? So, okay, let's say you met an American girl, right, that is willing to like change or like adapt to like do things the way you like or your way. Would you give it a try, or is still just a no?
No, yeah, I think I would. I would
Okay.
give it a try, but again, there's still something missing. But I would. It's not like I,
It's never there.
never-
It's never there. And
because go ahead.
yeah, like certain things that we would find disrespectful, they don't find disrespectful. Certain things and then something bothers you and it's like you complain all the time. Meanwhile, I'm not complaining. I was raised a certain way. For me, this is common sense. For you, I'm complaining. You know what I mean? So yeah, cultural clashing is a real thing. It really is.
So you two wouldn't want to adapt to like
I
other
can't.
person?
This is
So
what
it's
we
either,
spoke
just gonna
about.
be your way and
We spoke about
yeah,
this
after
on
that.
our way here, right? Where we were like, certain things you can't compromise.
You can't. So
Certain things you can't compromise. You can compromise
You can,
because
but-
relationship is about compromising. But there's certain things that you just can't compromise.
boundaries.
Yes,
Pretty much.
boundaries. Yeah,
Okay.
next question.
Oh, me?
Do-do-do-do.
This is my third one,
Third
right?
one.
Yes, we're going
This
quick.
is
Almost.
going pretty quick for you.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is going a little bit too quick for my liking.
What do you mean? You want me to suffer?
Okay.
That's why.
Did I ask
Okay.
3 questions? 2, 3 more.
This is my third one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You got 3 more.
Okay.
Oof.
I got 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, this is
I
your
got-
third one.
This is the third one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm confused, man. I need more coffee. What has been your biggest downfall so far? Biggest downfall.
I won't say it's a. I kind of just like I took the positive, like the positive stuff out of it,
Okay.
But I would say the major, I don't want to say downfall, but let's just say the moral of the story was, it's just me going to college, picking the wrong major. And then after that,
Mm,
and then I decided, okay, well, this is not for me. And then I took a year off. So then I wasted, I don't want to say wasted, but like 4 years.
still an experience.
So it's like I took that, that the positive, the goodness of it, the moral of the story, and just turned it around. And yeah, so I had to come back to school for like 2.5 years, But like I would say that would be my biggest, but
Is this the reason why you were giving me the whole Mickey? You need to be sure about your
yeah,
major.
I want because
Thing,
it's the thing is we get a lot of influence from other people or from money or from this from that, but it's just
Exactly.
you want to make sure that the job that you like, the whatever you want to do, you want to make sure that you would enjoy doing it. And the
Exactly.
sense is right wherever you are in the world, you won't mind like you work hard for it because I'm telling you when I was doing nursing, man, well I didn't do anything, but like when I was taking the courses for it, like I lost interest to study. Like
Becomes difficult.
yeah, I tried to like squeeze all the like push out all the stuff that I didn't like about it. Like one, I don't like uniform. I don't like the hospital setting. Right? So I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna just ignore it. So I can't ignore it. But then as time goes on, like they keep coming back, and I just started losing interest to like study and all that stuff. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it. So eventually I was like, let me just take a break. So I took a year off. And mind you, my parents didn't even know.
Oh my god!
They didn't even know. They didn't know I was going to school. I was just telling them, yeah, I was going to school, but I was literally just, going to work or doing something else. So yeah, but then I told them like when I was ready, I was sure of myself because I did took some time to like reflect, think about it, what I wanted to do. So I told them eventually. They were pissed a little bit, but hey, it's my life, so.
Yeah, I mean, especially for like us, I have like foreign parents, right? Also came from different places. There's always this like expectation from like our parents, like they usually like want to decide on like what we do,
Right.
And that is mostly because like where we grew up, right? You cannot afford to like take like certain risk. You have to be sure when you go to school
Right.
that this is something that's gonna set you up, and some of them still have that mindset, regardless that we're in America now, not knowing that there's so many other ways that you can make it, right? So that's why like when you say IT, right, probably gonna think about back home. IT back home,
Yeah, there was like
it's not gonna make no money.
I don't even know who like IT people don't get job. I'm like that's because y'all don't know.
Yeah, they want you to be a doctor or stuff like that.
You know.
And even me as well. Like that's one thing. I'm kind of glad that I went through that like pretty early because there was a point as well where like I made a mistake in college, especially like when I was back home. I was doing like architecture right, in high school there, and I went to like go there in architecture engineering, and I moved to the States. My first year at college, the school I went to, PG don't have any classes for architecture, so I was like, all right, let me just switch. I went and started doing graphics design because I was into art, so like drawing and stuff like that. I did that, and something flashed back in my mind. It's like, man, is this really something that I wanted to do like in the long run, or is this something I can just learn on my own and do stuff like that, right? And I figure, yeah, this is definitely something that I don't need to like have degrees in it. I can like be as good as anybody that have degrees in it. And also like trying different jobs, working like food place, made all those trial and errors, and I finally realized that yes, maybe something that requires me being creative, or like where like I have the flexibility to like do things that I want to do without somebody telling me, yeah, this is how you have to do it, this is how you have to do it.
Right.
That's where I want to be. That's where like when I was at the cell phone store, I found myself going in on Sundays where like the store is closed because I just love like helping people and like them giving me that chance to like be creative and like fixing their phones, or maybe like doing data analytics right now, right? Just different problems coming in like all the time. Now you have to like figure out a way how to like go over it. Things like that like makes me happy, That's one thing a lot of people like usually leave out and just focus on the money the job gonna give you.
Why are you looking at me?
Why am I looking at you?
No, he's like staring at me.
Yeah, it's
My-
a pretty good one.
My next question is,
Oh.
what did you have? What was the most challenging thing growing up in an African household? What was the most challenging thing growing up in an African household? And how did it help you be a better person today? And um, would you do the same to your kid?
Um, I think in an African household, your opinion doesn't matter. So for me, that was like very challenging growing up. Like whatever you say, it's it's a no.
Yeah.
So it was difficult because there were times where like I was right, like what I was saying, but to them it was like either you were disrespecting us, you know.
How did I
So,
know?
but it came to a time where
You've been very disrespectful.
it came to a point where I kind of just stopped answering. Like, I mean, we would talk, but whenever they tell me something, I would just be like, okay. Even if I do not agree, I'll just keep it like that because I don't want to say anything, and then they would then in turn feel like I disrespected them. So I kind of just would just answer to whatever they say and do my own thing, even if I don't agree, right? But it did help me in a way where I figured how to deal with them, like how to speak with them in a respectful way, and also just how to figure out what I wanted to do, like how where I see my life in a few years and all that stuff. And I don't think I would do that to my kids per se, but I think I would just point out, okay, this is wrong, this is right, right to my kids. By the end of the day, I want them to make a choice when it comes to like education wise, like what they want to do. Because if you tell an African parent, I want to sing, they would look at you. You want to sing, or you want to play piano.
You want to be a singer now.
So it's like, to them it's like it's unacceptable, right? So to me it's like if my children are like creative, they're talented, fine, they can do that, right? As long as they're not getting in trouble, but I will let them explore their creative side. But when it comes to like other stuff, I'm gonna be like, yeah, no. I'm a act as a parent when it comes to other stuff.
Yeah.
But
You know what? I'm thinking, right? Where you're saying that in an African household there was times where you are right, and they're not gonna allow you to be right because it's disrespectful or whatever. That whole back and forth, right? I feel like that also taught me, well, personally, that taught me how to keep my calm.
right.
Because keep my calm in situations where someone is an asshole and I can punch you in the fucking face, but I'm not, because I'm pretty sure that you guys have encountered where you in an African household where you just want to strangle your auntie, like,
Oh.
or you just want to punch, whoever. No, it happens. We're human, right? So last night at the dinner table, someone said, "I've never seen Mickey lose her temper." That's what someone said. And then another person came in and was like, "I've actually never seen Mickey lose her temper." And I'm like, because I'm so emotional, I have a very short temper. But for you to see me lose my temper, it's going to take a lot. And I
Yeah.
think that is a good thing and a bad thing that I learned from growing up in an African household. That I can keep. It's actually a bad thing because you're not supposed to hold your anger in.
Yeah.
But that holding your anger in and just
I mean, I don't.
cool.
I don't get mad. I don't get mad easily. Usually, I just take stuff like, "Oh, it's okay." But the moment for me to get mad, like you have to really do me
And
dirty.
I think that
But
that is an advantage that you learn from from the
growing up,
challenges
yeah.
in an African household. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
as much as our African parents or African family can be toxic and
Toxic.
yes, African parents, African households are very much toxic. It's something that we need to talk about. And as much as they are toxic or they give us this tough love, they mean well.
yeah, they
They
definitely.
mean well. And at the end of the day, 20 years, 50 years later, you sit down and you're like, if my mother wasn't dead, if she wasn't so
Right.
strict, or if she didn't do that, I wasn't going to do this. You know what I mean? Or now you find yourself you find yourself doing what they did, but obviously in a better way. But you
Right.
find yourself having that mindset.
You know what's funny? Because I mean, obviously, like we are not parents right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some of the things that we see our parent might be doing, we may just not understand. Just
Right.
because we live in a different country now, we see like the way other parents are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But just like you said, like most of the time, like it's not like coming from like a bad heart from
Yeah.
them. They always want to see the best out of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else, like my Jamaican friend again, that always said, well, all right,
Always.
what he said, he said, look, he said like some of these things that I'm telling you, or like your parents are telling you, you're not gonna like understand it until like when you become a dad yourself. Then you start seeing you like losing your mind, like just trying to get your child like just to see things the way you see it.
Right.
Then you will start understanding like the way why I'm I'm saying this to you, or like why your parents have been saying
Doing
stuff
that,
like that
yeah.
to you. So
Right.
that's for like it's like you said, like the best way to handle stuff like that. Like I mean, what I've worked for me so far is like I don't never argue back. I mean, like you can say like I mean, my parents, right? Because at the end of the day, still my parents
Mm-hmm.
can say like anything to me. But I know like deep in their heart, like they don't mean like what they're saying. Out of anger, like sometimes they can just overreact. So, and later on, like sometimes they don't even apologize for it. But
I think parents apologizing is
move on.
rare. It's rare.
But yeah, that's a pretty good question and response
You have a
as well.
next question.
Is this my last one?
Yes.
Is it? I don't know. Have you guys been?
Yes. It's your
Okay, yeah.
fourth
When
one.
I
Is it last or fourth?
I think fourth.
Okay, let me go through the ones. Can you go through the ones you've had? You don't even have a list.
Yeah.
No, I'll just go through the ones.
Yeah, I-
asked.
You already asked fourth.
No, I asked
Third.
three.
Okay, Saffron, this will be your fourth.
Did I?
I put a sad face in those questions. That's how I marked that.
You didn't use one fun fact.
My man's getting ready, man. Why you
Wow.
rushing?
I mean, you didn't use, so I'm trying to challenge you too.
It's not trying to
I
use
can do it.
Safwan made me use a fun fact. You didn't even make me, and you were the reason why I lost sleep last night.
Me, because I made you scared. You know what? You. Saffron, next time we would have made her go last. That way we can just.
Yeah, just hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your biggest fear?
Oh, my biggest fear. It's not being able to.
Oh man, I feel like that's. Kinda,
Not being able to provide for like my family.
yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the one that I first asked.
Yeah.
Can I change it?
Yeah, you can change it. This man's
Okay, at
laughing.
what points in life, right, where like you're going to be like, yeah, I'm satisfied, and even if nothing gets better at this point, at this stage, I'm just comfortable where I'm at, and I just it's fine. Like if I just stay at this point,
I
how
think
describe that. That's
that whole
that point.
situation.
Yeah.
I
What is
think
that?
I think having an investment on the side, that's one. Two, having savings also in the account, my account, that's two. Three, then the rest will be like, having my family around. Like, one, I'll be, married, have children, just having them there alone will make me content, be happy. So I think at that point, I will be like, okay, well, I've done something good. Investment here, Africa, wherever. But at that moment, I would definitely know, okay, well, I've done something. Like, this is it for me. Like, if something more comes, fine. But I'm not chasing anything more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
How old were you?
Go ahead. Ask it. Yeah.
Trying to put my
Ask it. Yeah.
government information out there already.
How old were you when you popped the cherry?
Whew. Honestly, probably
The
I was.
last one gonna even be worse than this.
Yeah, I was 12. Yeah.
Oh my god.
My man.
So.
Okay, next question.
But listen, it was nothing. Like I didn't, the feeling that you get now as a grown, it was nothing. Yeah,
Before you was just curious. Huh?
yeah.
Just curious. I want to find out what it is.
Next question. Next question.
Oh boy. We getting dark in here.
I'm surprised.
Ooh, the lights are even going like off.
Even hot in here, like what?
Okay, last question now. I'm excited to be done.
Last.
I don't even want to ask you this anymore.
She's not gonna ask you.
No, I was talking about that question. I
Okay.
don't want to follow
My
up.
next one is
Good.
so pretty much you seem to be going back home often, right?
Mm-hmm.
And which is pretty good. And I'm a bad citizen, by the way. I haven't been back in like 10 years. But yes, what do you see yourself in your plans for like back home, Sierra Leone or like Africa in general? Is that something you think about, or is that something you're thinking about currently? And if so, what are your plans for back home?
Yes, I do have plan on, I guess, doing something there, but I don't really know what. But I would say once I'm at a like certain age, let's say like closer to 40 or so, I'll be going back and forth a lot because by that time I know I would have like investment there, in here. So that's my plan because I don't like working for someone. I want to be able to have my own stuff.
When you have children one day, inshallah,
Inshallah.
do you think that you're going to raise your kids the African way, or you're going to have your kids be more Americanized?
I'll raise my kids to be respectful. Respectful, follow the religion that I'm currently doing, and basically the African way. But I don't
What
want
is the
to.
African way? If you can explain it, because some people may not even know what that.
So I don't want to be too strict per se. I don't want to be that strict parents per se. But as long as my focus will be you have to focus in your school. I don't care. My thing about school is like you don't have to come with A's, like nah, but you just gotta take it serious, right? And two, you just gotta stay out of trouble, right? If you do those stuff, you like my kid's gonna be on my good side. But if not, they're definitely gonna be on the bad side for sure. Because I'm gonna be on their ass.
I would describe the African way. I would teach my kids a lot about
The culture, right?
the culture, where I come from, what our people has been through. I would also teach our kids, my kids. When I say the African way, I would teach them like where I come from and never forget where you come from as much as you are in this country. You know what I mean? You know who you are and you know where you're from. And I would teach them there's something called Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
You know what Ubuntu
That's a
is?
software, yeah. I know the software Ubuntu, but I know
Software.
Yeah, we're talking about
Okay,
this identity
IT
talk.
guys.
software. Yeah.
Catch up.
No, IT guys.
What does it mean though? 'Cause I'm
Ubuntu
always
means
curious.
in my country, Ubuntu means humanity. Humanity, like
That makes sense.
welcoming,
Right.
respectful. You know, it's different. Africans have Ubuntu. I feel like that's why our continent got colonized, because we are so welcoming.
So welcome, yeah.
So
Oh, too
Till
nice.
this day.
nice.
Too
Till
nice.
this day.
until
Yeah.
this day, you know what? Actually, I'm annoyed now. But I'm gonna teach my kids Ubuntu. You know, when you have a conversation with my child, even if my child will have an American accent or wherever we are in the world accent, you would know that this child's mother is African.
Right.
You know, even if I'm not inside, you would know that this child comes from an African household. You just know, these things that we mention and we'll all laugh. And then maybe if there was Americans around, they wouldn't get it. Because there's just this thing about Africans. So, yeah. I'm proud.
There's some mad bias right now. Boy.
It's fine. No, it's okay.
I'm just
It's
messing with
okay.
you.
You need to be
I'm
proud
just
of where
messing
you
with
come
you.
from.
But
Anyway.
yeah, no, I mean, coming back to what you said, right? Like, there was this quote that actually came out first yesterday. I came on, said it. It's not Akim's quote, but he said, Jose Mourinho, like, this is something that says the same, right? I'm not putting pressure on you, to like succeed, but you cannot fail here.
Right.
Yes, definitely.
So there's no pressure you to succeed, but
You're not
Just
gonna
don't
you're not gonna fail. Yeah.
That's a good quote.
So that's your mindset
Yes.
with your kids.
Your fifth question, sir.
Awesome.
I did all 5 of mine.
Awesome. And by the way, before I ask you a question,
Oh,
check
mine
that
is
camera
30, yeah.
because this is 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to hit it real quick, and just so we can get the other part.
Okay. Now
Is it
this
good?
last one. This is the last
Okay.
Your last question.
Muhammad beat you on the time.
No, I know. No, it was good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It was 20.
That's spicy.
It is 20 minutes each.
Yeah.
25. I was at 26.
So it's actually good that we're gonna do like separate videos. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The last one.
Yep. Have I asked 5 questions already?
He asked you 5 questions already.
Sir, just be ready for relationship questions.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Let's kill it. That's what we're gonna do to you.
Wow.
Now, cause a lot of people be asking about Safan, so
Really?
I want them to get the information.
Oh my god. Shit.
They want to know, cause they
Oh,
be like,
bunch.
you know, he posts on Instagram, but you know, we want to
Oh,
know.
bunch.
So what is an Instagram guy?
Yeah.
Instagram model. You asked 5 questions.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it all 5?
It feels so natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels so.
If it's not 5, we got bonus question for you in the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah. That was your 5th one as well?
Yes.
Oh, that was pretty good. I need more water. They about to kill me.
man, cause I've been drinking.
Yeah, they kill me.
I told you guys this is a good idea.
It is. I love it.